I know these wonderful people in America that really helped me begin my career. Titi von Furstenberg, Alexander Eklund, a lot of people from the Met, and I said this was something we used to do, and Götz, it was like if you'd say something to him, he'd put it in the back of his head and then it would work and work and work. Well, by the time, I think at the beginning of '85, he started thinking, let's do something together. Let's use the people he knew here in Germany, let's use the people I knew in America and get them together. And so that's what we did. And so in 1986, we founded with all these wonderful people in New York, the American Opera Bridge Foundation. At that point, we wanted to give an opportunity for young singers to come from America and become involved in languages and in the season to see how a real theater year-round worked. And so this is how the idea was born.
My mentors and longtime teachers, voice teachers, spent a great portion of their career here in Europe, and so they always told me that it was going to be a great milestone in my career building to come to Europe, especially Germany, because of the amount of opera that they do here in Europe. And so, yeah, it was always part of my plan. However, I didn't really know how I would get here. I didn't know because I didn't have the connections, I didn't know where to start. And fortunately, the Opera Foundation was really a huge bridge.
I was in the Houston Grand Opera Young Artist Program before this, where I also did a lot of performing. But here, I think I did more my first 2 months performing-wise than I did in almost 2 years at Houston. It's definitely a very different way of rehearsing and performing than they do in the United States. So you're sort of thrown into situations very quickly that you have to acclimate yourself to, or, you know, in a sense it's sink or swim. And the more you learn to swim, I guess the stronger you get as an artist and the stronger you get in your everyday ability to handle difficult situations.
So I'm moving my stuff to Rostock tonight.
With the service?
No, I just rented it in.
Einen schönen guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Die erste Zeitansage für Sie. Es ist bereits 19:02 Uhr. Also eine knappe halbe Stunde noch bis zu Beginn der Vorstellung.
Okay, see you at the...
I arrived here a month ago, and we had our first meeting for the opera 2 days later, and it was conducted by the regista, the director, Konchalovsky, Andrei Konchalovsky. He spoke Russian, an Italian translated for him, and I was on my own, one out of 3 English speakers out of a cast of at least 20, trying to pick up what I could with my minimal Italian studies. I always do this. The last month has been a real wake-up call to get my language studies in gear. I'm here for about 5 months, and I think I can get to a decent conversational level.
When you are not anymore a student because you already got your degree in the college, university, or in the conservatorium, wherever, and you have to start the professional life. In that moment, there is a vacuum, there is an empty moment, because the not anymore student is not a professional yet. So there is this period of time where it is important to fill this gap and to give them the impression they are not alone, as someone is taking care of this passage from the student till professional. And I think the Teatro Regio can offer this.
So it's all good. One thing, when the knife goes into you, boom, it's good if you look here. Like this,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. One. That's
We
it.
have something like 80 applications per year, and in the audition we only hear maybe 35. And those 35 already selected concerning what they could do then later. And of course, apart from that, the voice has to be healthy and well-sounding. We need also somebody who could well act and who has a good personality, because somebody who just stands there and sings well, that's not enough.
It's very short. It's a very short moment.
Right.
So whatever you do, just don't let this book go.
No.
So that's it.
Can I end up on my knees?
Yeah, it's exactly as you did.
Okay.
And you're just looking, yeah, like this. You're not fall.
Right, I
you
don't die.
You just
Okay. Okay.
white eyes looking into the void.
Okay.
That's all. Dead eyes.
Sure.
Like this.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In these scholarships, it enables the young students not only to live here and become part of the system and learn different languages, it gives them opportunities to go to all the operas, to go to other theaters if they want to. We try to help them arrange tickets for the theaters, to have the possibility of moving around, seeing and hearing what's going on.
Working at Deutsche Oper has been really an invaluable experience. You know, I mean, to be able to go and watch Dmitri Forostovsky sing a performance or Bo Skovis sing something, you know, as a baritone is fantastic and truly an invaluable learning experience, as well as, of course, an immense pleasure.
And one of the things that they told me when I first came was that it's not really like a young artist program. It's more like just a training ground of sorts, because we were treated just the same as the rest of the normal ensemble members. The only difference is that we didn't have such heavy responsibilities on the stage, but we were thrown in with all the rest of the professionals that are here in the house, and then also getting a chance to mix and mingle on the stage with some of the great artists that we see at the Met or La Scala, etc. And it was really a pleasure to get a chance to be on stage with people that I had watched at the Met as a student when I was in New York, and to be able to call them colleague and have them call me colleague.
Just close all the vowels with the consonants. Yeah, okay.
The whole musical and scenic preparation is done by us. Besides that, they have the possibility to study with our musical coaches roles they are going to do in the future. And all this is for free, and it's always also interesting for us, because when the coaches do give us feedback.
Now I'm in my third year here at the company and getting ready for the next season, which will be my fourth, and I'm really excited. They've sort of helped me grow up in the business in a way. However, I will really intensify my efforts to go back to America and start to build things and relationships there, because many people know me as a student there, and I went through a lot of different young artist programs there. And so to come back now with this professional experience, it will be a really interesting journey to integrate back into the opera world as a professional.
I have a best friend in New York who's a singer also, and we were going to maybe move, get an apartment together this past month in New York and just run the gamut, you know, do every audition we could. But then all that changed, you know, in March of this past winter. So that's probably what I would have been, maybe a starving artist having a normal day job, you know, getting ready for whatever auditions I could do in November and December coming up. But luckily my life took a very positive direction in March, and I'm not looking back, and I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love every moment of this and make it count, make every moment count while I'm here.
Iniziamo.
been a wild ride. You know, moving to a foreign country is always a challenging experience, but you know, thanks to the Opera Foundation and Viviana, who works with us, you know, it was a pretty seamless transition. And the ability to base myself in Berlin for this full year while working at the Deutsche Oper. I was able to sing for myriad agents and also a number of different houses for fests, and I was offered a contract at Rostock Oper, so I'll be singing Papageno in Zauberflöte and Danilo in Lustige Witwe, among other roles. So yeah, I really would not have been able to accomplish that if it weren't for the Opera Foundation.
It's been an enormous success. We've had a lot of young people that are making good careers here in Europe, have gone back also to the States and are teaching and trying also to go on with young students there. So it's been a very successful program, and I think that it's going to continue with great success, which I'm very proud to say that with Liz and all the people in New York working so hard and helping with this, it's a continued success for all of us.
All my warmest wishes for the greatest possible future, for many years to come, supporting young artists, because the work we are doing, you are doing, and we try to help, is just to find singers to make our art live forever.